Today's show goes out to the students of Bullock Academy, who I saw visiting CNN Center last night. Thank you for stopping by. Meanwhile, anyone in Pasadena with a penchant for profanity better clean it up this week. We'll explain why on CNN Student News. First up, though, we're bringing you the headlines beginning in Pakistan, where a deadly terrorist attack has sent shockwaves across Asia. At least 8 people were killed, several others wounded, when gunmen opened fire on a bus carrying a cricket team from Sri Lanka. The group was on its way to the stadium when it was attacked. Cricket teams have avoided traveling to Pakistan recently because of security concerns. And yesterday's violence is raising questions about the country's ability to host the Cricket World Cup in 2011. Moving from Asia to Europe now, and the collapse of a building in the German city of Cologne. The structure wasn't very notable, but what's inside of it was. It housed the city's historical archives, some of which date back 1,000 years. Yesterday evening, 3 people were unaccounted for. The fire department said that everyone working inside the archive was able to escape before the collapse. But some people working and living in buildings next door might not have been able to get out in time. Finally, back to the U.S. for a meeting between President Obama and his counterpart from across the pond. British Prime Minister Gordon Brown arrived at the White House yesterday. He and President Obama met to discuss, what else? The global economic crisis. The world leaders said that they believe the situation will get better, but it'll take a group effort from leading economic nations to turn things around. Prime Minister Brown offered some specific ideas.
We've had a global banking failure, and it's happened in every part of the world. It's almost like a power cut that went right across the financial system, and we've got to rebuild that financial system. We've got to isolate the bad assets. We've got to underwrite the financial system so that loans can start again to businesses and families. And we've got to get enough lending into the economy so that people, enough credit, so that people are able to go about the normal business again.
Is this legit? A green-collar job is one that benefits the environment. Legit. And it's not the only color-coded employment. Blue-collar jobs traditionally involve manual or industrial work, while white-collar jobs are traditionally done in an office.
Well, the government believes that green-collar jobs can help more than just the environment. The hope is that they'll also offer employment opportunities to blue-collar workers who have lost their jobs. But that might be a lot to expect from an industry that's just getting off the ground. John King explores how this issue is unfolding in one major American city.
Downtown Philadelphia. Its struggles are hardly new. But a punishing recession deepens the despair. Trying times in a city and state once defined by a rugged blue-collar legacy. To some, including the new president, this is the new jobs revolution. Giant wind turbines being built at a plant deserted years ago by U.S. Steel.
We're de-rusting the Rust Belt. We're creating good manufacturing jobs, showing that in America we can make things again, and we're rolling back climate change. So it's a 3-for-1.
The Spanish company Gamesa employs 900 people in Pennsylvania. Michael Peck expects more jobs as the company expands. How many jobs is the big question. The president sees this new green economy ultimately replacing many of the manufacturing jobs that have disappeared in recent years. Jim Bauer once had one of those jobs in the very building where he now works for Gamesa. 145 in this building, 300 in all at this location just outside of Philadelphia. The jobs math here was different, though, when U.S. Steel was thriving.
9,000 to 11,000.
Right. But those jobs are
gone.
And you don't think they'll ever come back?
I don't think so.
This is the new economy, and it's still manufacturing.
This new bakery will recycle rainwater and have state-of-the-art energy efficiency. But at the outset, Mayor Michael Nutter is told the same 350 workers at an older Tasty Cakes facility across town.
They answer the critic out there who says they keep hearing this, in a blue-collar city, talking about these green-collar jobs, and who answer the critic who says, they're great, that's great, we want as many of them as we can get, but it's a tiny piece of the solution.
You know, if you're unemployed, I think you're pretty excited about the opportunity to get one of these jobs. You know, we don't necessarily live in an environment where you can just swing for the fences and you're looking for the 2,000 person job opportunity. I think, singles, doubles, triples move the folks around the bases as well.
In time, Mayor Nutter echoes the president's view that new green construction and energy jobs will grow at a much faster pace, though at the moment, he isn't even sure when the first wave of stimulus money will reach the city.
And maybe summer into the fall after, the regs get situated, plans and our applications get reviewed and somebody checks off all the boxes that need to be checked off.
That could test patience in a city where the unemployment rate is more than 8% overall. John King, CNN, Philadelphia.
Time for the shout-out. Which U.S. president once wrote, "Must swear off from swearing. Bad habit." If you think you know it, shout it out. Was it William Taft, Rutherford Hayes, Teddy Roosevelt, or Lyndon Johnson? You've got 3 seconds. Go! Rutherford Hayes penned this pledge while he was in office. We swear. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out.
Call it swearing, call it cursing, call it cussing. You know what we're talking about. The words you can't say in the classroom and I can't say on TV. A couple years ago, one teenager challenged his friends to clean up their language. The idea caught on and eventually launched an international club with one simple goal: don't cuss. Cara Finstrom introduces us to the student who started it all and finds out why he believes this idea is important.
Okay, you right here? Cool.
McKay Hatch is 15, doing spots on Jay Leno, running the celebrity circuit.
It's kind of cool being in the green room. You get free soda and water.
And interviewing live right here on CNN. What do you think about getting this much publicity?
I mean, it's great because it's just, spreading my word more and more.
Hatch's rock star status was launched by a message he feared might be considered uncool.
When I got in middle school, all my friends started cussing. Friends were using, every other word.
He was like, everybody is using the cuss words. They feel like if they don't, that they're not cool. And I said, well, I think you have, a choice.
So I challenged my friends and told them, if you want to hang out with me, I don't want to hear you cuss.
Hatch's friends not only stopped, they wanted to influence others and started a no-cussing club.
Words have a lot of power. I mean, they can determine where you're going to end up going in life or who's going to be your friends.
The little club Hatch started here at his high school caught on. Other schools started forming their own chapters, and his club is now swollen to more than 30,000 members, students from all 50 states and all around the world. Hatch has a website, a book, even a rap song on YouTube.
If you want to hang with us, I don't want to hear cuss. Don't cuss. Don't cuss.
And his hometown of South Pasadena has declared this No Cussing Week.
People can really get their point across without cussing.
Hatch believes the same self-control students show by not cussing can help them later say no to other social pressures like drinking and drugs.
Great job. This kind of is what keeps me going.
But there's also been a backlash. Offensive emails, online taunts, even death threats that have gotten police involved. Hatch won't be bullied into silence. Words, he says, are just too important.
Say positive things instead of always, tearing them down, hopefully try to use language that's going to uplift people.
Cara Finstrom for CNN, South Pasadena, California.
More than 20,000 people have signed up for Hatch's No Cussing Challenge. So we're curious, do you think you could do it? Could you follow in the footsteps of President Hayes and put aside the profanity? Head to our blog at cnnstudentnews.com. Tell us what you think, but please remember to keep it clean. And finally today, we're taking a little dash through the snow. And they're off. There's a twist to this frigid foot race. There it is. Some of Santa's helpers showed up for this running of the reindeer and left the competition in the dust by the looks of it. Except for one guy coming up here who needed a little coaxing to make his way down the course. Then he got turned around entirely. Maybe he just didn't want to play in any reindeer games. Oh dear. Well, we're going to hoof it on out of here. For CNN Student News, I'm Carl Azuz.
Fire free